What's up, everybody? So first video on the E93 335i. I know in the original video I told you that the engine was blown. Before I personally condemn the engine and deem that it needs a new one, I'm going to do some diagnostics on this. And so first things first, I know somebody's been in here messing with the fuel injectors because the fuel injector bracket is missing and one of the fuel injectors has a black X on it. So I figure I'll replace that fuel injector, or all of the fuel injectors for that matter, with index 12 injectors. And then I'm going to replace the oil filter housing gasket. So, but in the meantime, I found that the bolt that holds down the fuel injector bracket is snapped. So it came like that. So this was in the car. It's a snap bolt. So this goes on top to hold the bracket down for the fuel injectors. I looked up online and it seems like it's a pretty common problem for the middle one to snap, and not many people have any solution. So I'm going to try to walk you through what I'm doing to get this bolt out, and then in the next video we'll go more into compression tests and diagnostics before we call it quits on this motor. So first things first, let's dive into how to get to this bolt. I imagine if your bolt is snapped, you're already at this process. So I've already started trying to remove it, but the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the connector for the fuel injector, and then I remove the coil packs. You don't have to, it just gives you more room. And then I remove this ground as well. But if you can see down there, that is where the broken bolt is. And so we're going to be drilling it out. I've tried one of those things that kind of grab onto the top of the bolt, but it's too shallow, it won't grab onto the bolt. So we're going to drill it out and use one of these reverse drill bits to get it out. So let's see if it works. So I'm using a 1/8 inch bit and I'm on the lowest setting on my drill, and I'm just gonna try to get in there and drill it to the bottom. So wish me luck. So the other thing I would recommend is make sure that your fuel injectors are in. You do not want to be drilling into this because there's going to be a ton of shavings. You can see these shavings are from the drill bit, so you don't want these falling in the engine. So make sure that you don't have any holes, or if you do, cover them up that access the engine. So as you guys can see there, I've got a hole drilled out through the middle of the bolt, and so now I'm going to use one of those stepped reverse bits to drill into it. So I'll show you guys that as I drill into it. So this is the bit that I'm using to drill it out. So it's a reverse, so it should screw into the bolt as you go reverse on your drill. So you want to be loosening when you're drilling in with this bit. So I ended up getting the bolt out. The easy outs didn't work at all. What I ended up doing was I used a Torx bit, and I used a screwdriver because the screwdriver is thinner and wouldn't jack up the threads as much as if you use like a regular Torx bit that is interchangeable. So I put it in there and I hammered it, and then I was able to twist the bolt out that way because the easy outs just kept spinning, so that didn't work. But we got it out. The bolt still threads in fine. It's kind of a little wonky at some points, so there's still like gunk in the threads. So I ended up ordering a tap, so I'm gonna try to clean up the threads a little bit with a tap, and that's kind of it. So unfortunately there's really no easy trick to this. If you end up getting one of those bolts snapped off, you're just gonna have to drill it. Get some really high quality left-hand drill bits. Drill right in the middle. I can't emphasize that enough. Drill right in the middle of the bolt, and then try the easy outs. If the easy outs don't work, I recommend hammering a Torx bit and doing it that way. You can also put it on a socket. That helped a lot. I put a socket on the end of the screwdriver, and that helped me get it out. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and stay tuned for more. So.
I'm just really trying to show you love.